Your country, our country. What about this guy?
Country hard music.
War can't ball free. Tell Craftman so we pull a technique. Make him feel like so we good and then R.I.P. Show up at them 9 night can we are clean. Up for them say them a do it but them not do it like we. Enough of where them here bound. Warrior there to where them here bound. Up it, clear out. Anybody know the way them a be clear out. Like switch the P but a flick. Not do the bag a lip, no chatting, argue, put, not one. Money no pad and bag na bitch. I mean no son savage, when no give one a chance. That's a no. Coffee it. We money time, but see face, yeah. Me link me shatter, and get a chatter. Set up a boy in a place, yo. Still bad boy, me alone. See me wanna win and entourage, me bad boy, me one. But now me rolling with me niggas, wait, man, never come. Couple step and couple, cause when I lock place the chrome, with them for do more than for drop. Tap the gap, bust me, praise the Lord, not tell me. Burn a cap, them youth a coward than them. But not we on the frock, man go circle on them black, watch it. Bang on that, can't ball free. Tell Craftman so we pull a technique. Make him feel like so we good and then R.I.P. Show up at them 9 night can we are clean. Up for them say them a do it but them not do it like we. Enough of where them here bound. Warrior there to where them here bound. Up it, clear out. Anybody know the way them a be clear out. Juvenile now go cheat me. Step to me wrong home up and no say my pick me miss a one in it. Finger itchy. Where them a call an ambulance fire, see my go on. Bet down a bell. Came take a joke, say you a bet down a chill. And from them this man up. Now my girl know what the jail. Bust it up and then bust it up and them cause this a conference action. Yeah man squeeze. Bring body up in a 50 piece. Boy see him friend a chop enough to know can't believe. Bust it up and then bust it up with the enemy. Look like so we only goodly feel we now the remedy. I rub up and the grip my up send them a cemetery. Move and disappear only thing left are just a memory. Yeah, them not bad like we. Tell Craftman so we pull a technique. Make him feel like so we good and then R.I.P. Show up at them 9 night can we are clean. Up for them say them a do it but them not do it like we. Enough of where them here bound. Warrior there to where them here bound. Up it. Anybody know the way them a be clear out. Anybody know the way them a be clear out.
Data HD Production.
Yeah. Show them that we born ready. Show them how we gon' do it. Show them that we born ready. Boom. Show them how Guyana sweet. Show them how Guyana nice. Show them that we know but back and our hands up there and make some noise. Show them how Guyana sweet. Show them how Guyana nice. Show them that we know but back and our hands up there and make some noise. Guyana is a nice place. Guyana is a real nice place. Don't hurt up your head, don't worry yourself. Welcome down one and now. Welcome to the new party capital. After fete, calling me name. The people keep calling me, the unity calling me. After fete, calling me name. The people keep calling me, the unity calling me. It's only good vibes, good energy. We want up inside our head. Good vibes, good energy. Take a jump up with farmers. It's only good vibes, good energy. We want up inside our head. Good vibes, good energy. Take a jump up with farmers. Show them how Guyana put up your head, don't worry yourself. Welcome down one and all. Yeah. Da da da. AOMA.
And call you guys.
You ready? A country with an island vibe. I swear I had a nice. And yeah, we just down all night. Mixing the 5-𝒂𝒂𝒊𝒎𝒆 with ice. So Tony got the whole place hype. And we celebrating life. Coffee in the morning, so we toast it. Say we just fine iron, but emotion. No, we ain't motion. No. Oh no. I ain't going nowhere. I love this place. 𝒑𝒂𝒊𝒎. Oh no. Welcome to 𝒐𝒂𝒊𝒔𝒄𝒍𝒂𝒊𝒎. Oh. Every country want friendship, like the village on the East Bank. But you can't hang if you ain't gang. For my first interview, I tell police thanks. And I brought the bag, my passport, you got a stamp. You can't answer Brad if you can't answer yard. We gon' catch it when it's good, cause we say when it's hard. Not for them, live in country and people don't spend it long. Them man of them in fraud, not for them sell the land. We pay rent on another land. When Guyana got a lot of land, but they blame the government. But this nation got God cover us. Blessing on everyone, listen brother man. Put 2 and 2 together, don't listen to the one. Some of them just like alcohol, heap of stuff. Anywhere we go, we just run. Buy this a 𝒐𝒕𝒊𝒔𝒂𝒊𝒆𝒐, yeah, we got the Timmy blood, so. Oh no, I ain't going nowhere. I love this place. 𝒑𝒂𝒊𝒎. Oh no, welcome to 𝒐𝒂𝒊𝒔𝒄. Oh, yeah. Oh. Yeah, a country with an island vibe. I swear I had a nice. And yeah, we just down all night. Mixing the 5-𝒂𝒂𝒊𝒎𝒆 with ice. So Tony got the whole place hype. And we celebrating life. Coffee in the morning, so we toast it. Say we just fine iron, but emotion. No, we ain't motion. No, oh no. I ain't going nowhere. I love this place. 𝒑𝒂𝒊𝒎. Oh no. Welcome to 𝒐𝒂𝒊𝒔𝒄. Oh, yeah. Oh. A country with the island vibe. Yeah. A country with the island vibe. This is a country with the island vibe. A country with the island vibe. I swear I had a nice. Yeah. Da da da. AOMA.
And call you guys.
You ready?
This is Quincy Anderson. You know I love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Hey, Guyana. Guyana is nice, Guyana is fun, Guyana is clean, Guyana is green, Guyana got oil, Guyana got gold, Guyana got young and Guyana got old. I ain't talking no more. Guyana got things, we growing wings and developing things. The government real and that's a big deal. I'm singing from my heart, Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I... This is Quincy Anderson.
I want you to fight this. Caution them.
AJ.
Make it an anthem. The land of Guyana, of rivers and plains. I'm a real Guyanese. From the time when I step on the scene to the moment me leave. I'm a real Guyanese. From the red to the black to the gold to the white to the green. I'm a real Guyanese. And nothing can change me. Say nothing can change me. I'm a real Guyanese. I live in a foreign country. Say nothing can change me. 6 races, beautiful faces. Put your hand them in the air if you're not racist. I pledge myself to honor always. I will never disgrace this. Then want peace how we mop. Wait your mothers, we not give you that. No, not one caress. Not a blade of grass. Listen up, 83,000 square miles. Oh my God, we find aisle. Me not tell you no lie. Guyana nice, but no swear for my life. Land of many waters, bring out all the leaders in the sun, them and the daughters. If you want to we fall, no, not at all. I'm a real Guyanese. From the time when I step on the scene to the moment me leave. I'm a real Guyanese. From the red to the black to the gold to the white to the green. I'm a real Guyanese. And nothing can change me. Say nothing can change me. I'm a real Guyanese. I live in a foreign country. Say nothing can change me. Big up stop broke. Allow it tough crook. It now always pretty son about a try act shook. Got a big up GRE, me know I'm a tax look. And when me have the money, me can go for my bank book. Beautiful Guyana, we there in South America. Land of kite, the flora and the fauna. Independent people, so we doing what we wanna. Never violate because you could become a Ghana. Them love we country, all the foreigners, them children salute you. In the Indian temple, love we border, we no want no problem. Never fall, we forever standing. Me love how God make you, would never forsake you. Unique in every way, God I never mistake you. If Guyana was a girl, they surely would date you. That's why them want take you. I'm a real Guyanese. From the time when I step on the scene to the moment me leave. I'm a real Guyanese. From the red to the black to the gold to the white to the green. I'm a real Guyanese. And nothing can change me. Say nothing can change me. I'm a real Guyanese. I live in a foreign country. Say nothing can change me.
Good morning, guys. Welcome down to Livewire. Welcome to another episode. I hope everybody's having a wonderful morning. Mightn't have had the best night, but the sun was raised in the morning, so we hold it out a little stressor yesterday. Why is Facebook giving me such a hard time? Why is Facebook giving me such a hard time? Look, guys, please share the live. Facebook acting up again. I don't know what really is the issue with Facebook. So, guys, please help me to share the live. I'm unable to share share as I'd like to share. Okay. So yeah, welcome to Livewire, and we have an exciting episode for you guys today. But before I begin, we have persons joining us on TikTok as well, and I want to say morning to all those persons there. Morning to you guys, and thank you guys for tuning in to the program. We're really happy to have you here, and we hope you enjoy the program. So just let me try one more time to get the... Okay, I'm done with that. I am done with that. So I am done with that. And we're finally ready to get the program started. Again, thank you guys for joining us so early. If you could give me some assistance by sharing the live, and yeah, we're gonna get it started. So Guyana Amazon Warriors, they lost last night. What are we gonna do? They still have an opportunity to make it to the finals. I think they'll be playing Jamaica on Friday, and based on who wins that game, that team will be heading to the CPL Finals 2023. However, after the game last night, there was a bit of ruckus at the stadium. I think it was just outside of the party stand there. So let's have a quick look at that. So that's a bit about what took place outside of the stadium last night after cricket. Again today, guys, no calls, no calling segment today. So Vishal and all the normal persons that call, there'll be no calling segment today. Again, I'm asking you guys to help me by sharing the live, share it in a group, share it on your page, share it somewhere so persons have access to it. Facebook is acting up. I don't know what is Facebook's problem this morning, really and truly. I really don't know. But we're moving forward, nevertheless, right? So Guyana Amazon Warriors will be back at the stadium this Friday, trying to make their way into the CPL 2023 finals. And a lot of persons hoping that this year is our year, where the guys actually have the opportunity to lift the trophy, keep it right home here. We're not sending it away with anybody else. So holy faith, guys, let's see what happens on Friday and how we do in the finals as we approach them. Right now, coming to some more important information and news. So the Organization of American States has condemned what it describes as intimidatory acts by Venezuela against Guyana in the ongoing border dispute. Right? So this is the Organization of American States voicing their concern and objection to the stance that Venezuela is taking in relation to Guyana's territorial integrity. Now, Venezuela had raised an objection to Guyana's auctioning of new oil blocks, which led to the tension between the two countries. Mr. Luis Almagro, the Secretary General of the Organization of American States, expressed strong condemnation of Venezuela's actions. He emphasized the importance of good neighborliness and supported Guyana's right to welcome investors. So in relation to the preservation of territorial integrity, the OAS Secretary General underscored the need for Guyana to preserve its territorial integrity and security, and suggested Guyana should address its case with Venezuela at the International Court of Justice. And as persons would know, this course has already been taken. We are already, Guyana has already approached the ICJ in relation to this matter, and we are awaiting an outcome in relation to the litigation that is associated with this, right? So we're waiting an outcome in relation to that litigation. So now it was also mentioned that this is a decades-old border controversy, right? This border dispute between Guyana and Venezuela has been ongoing for decades and has seen various acts of aggression by Venezuela over the years. Previous incidents includes the interception of a U.S.-operated ship in 2013, another interception of a ship operated by ExxonMobil in 2018, the seizure of Guyanese fishing boats in 2021, and the sighting of a Venezuelan fighter jet in Guyana's airspace in that same year, 2021, right? Despite these threats and acts of aggression, Guyana has sought a peaceful resolution to the dispute. It accepted the UN's decision to refer the matter to the International Court of Justice, which is currently hearing the case, as I said to you guys earlier, right? In 2018, Guyana requested that the CCJ confirm the validity of the border established in 1899 in the 1899 arbitration between Venezuela and the then colony of British Guyana, right? Now, in relation to Venezuela's position, Venezuela attempted to halt the case by arguing that the United Kingdom should be involved in the matter since Guyana was a British colony in 1899. However, the International Court of Justice dismissed Venezuela's position. So this strengthens our argument in relation to our borders and Guyana's stance in relation to the territorial integrity of Guyana. And it is good that we see our government officials are moving in a direction to ensure that we maintain our territorial integrity, right? And we maintain what Guyana has been established as Guyana, despite any threats coming from any quarter, right? Despite any threats coming from any quarter. So that was a synopsis of the General Secretary of the organization, the statement by the General Secretary of the Organization of American States in relation to the intimidatory acts that are being offered by Venezuela. Now, yesterday as well, the president, Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali, delivered a speech at the United Nations General Assembly. And this was the 78th session. Now, I am just going to highlight some key points from the president's speech yesterday. And the president spoke about multilateralism and climate change. President Ali emphasized the importance of multilateralism in addressing global challenges, with a primary focus on climate change. He acknowledged the devastating impact of climate change and stressed the need for international cooperation to find an effective solution. Now, he pointed out that vulnerable nations, particularly small islands developing and low-lying coastal states like Guyana, are disproportionately affected by climate change, despite having made minimal contribution to the problem. President Ali highlighted the urgent need for financial support to address the impacts of climate change in these regions. Now, he also touched on Guyana's low carbon development strategy. Now, in relation to that, um, President Ali mentioned Guyana's commitment to a low carbon development strategy, which aims to utilize its vast forests for sustainable, equitable development. He emphasized the environmental value of standing forests and advocate for financial mechanisms such as the carbon market to appropriately value the services provided by forests. He also touched on carbon credits. Guyana's advocacy efforts, the advocacy efforts of Guyana have resulted in the issuance of 33.4 million tons of carbon credits, generating 750 million from 2016 to 2030. This revenue is used to support climate initiatives and sustainable development. President Ali also went on to talk about the clean energy transition, highlighting that Guyana is committed to a clean energy transition with a target of relying on over 80% renewable energy by 2030. This transition is partially funded by revenues from the oil and gas sector. He also touched on global challenges. In addition to climate change, President Ali addressed other global challenges, including the global food crisis, health, peace, security, international law, territorial disputes, and support for indigenous people. President Ali reaffirmed Guyana's solidarity with the global community and its commitment to multilateralism. He expressed readiness to collaborate with countries of all sizes to achieve peace and prosperity. So overall, the president's speech emphasized the importance of a realistic and balanced approach to addressing climate change and global challenges, whilst also highlighting the need for international cooperation, financial support for vulnerable nations, and environmental value of standing forests, right? And the environmental value of standing forests. Now, one of the other things I wanted to touch on in relation to the president yesterday, and I aired this on my page, it was the president doing an interview in relation to reparations, right? And guys, share the live. Share the live. I even got my regular viewers on here. Oh man, I don't know what's going on Facebook, but you know, sometimes they got some malicious people that would report you live, although you're not doing anything bad or you're not making libelous statements. Because I mean, all the things I tell you here could be corroborated, but you know how it goes. So we'll try to get that started tomorrow, and probably when the live is finished, we'll share it again to some of the normal groups that we put them in, right? But so the president was interviewed yesterday in relation to reparations for Afro-Guyanese, or I should say in relation to slavery. And he did an excellent job in handling those reporters who seemed like, like, what are you really asking for? What's the purpose you asking for this? We really want to be do, right? So the president was able to explain to them why reparations were needed, and also explain to them, hey, all this prosperity that you guys are experiencing now was built on the backs of regular Guyanese, Guyanese ancestors. Built on the back of Guyanese ancestors. So all the palaces and the stuff that they're accustomed to, it was our Guyanese ancestors, whether Africans or Indians, who contributed to that. So I loved it when he mentioned all the green heart and the stuff that they're enjoying over there, and they build up they built up the place with. I'm glad when he mentioned those things, because the colonizers came and they robbed these countries. of all their resources and built their own. So this is why we are still in the third world stage and they're in a first world stage, because of the resources of countries like Guyana, the gold, the timber, the bauxite, all that other stuff. You understand? So I was so happy to see how President Ali dealt with those reporters. And man, look, at the end of the day, they got a lot of persons right now talking about reparations and all sorts of things. And all I'm saying to people is, look at the difference in relation to the representation, in relation to the argument, right? So you got David Hines them just spewing a bunch of vile nonsense, right? And on the other hand, you have President Ali, who is showing you, hey, this is how we plan to approach the situation. This is why we think we need reparations, right? So I was happy with that representation, and I maintain that y'all wouldn't see that from the likes of a Aubrey Norton or a David Hines or a Rickford Burke. Those people, I guarantee you won't see that kind of representation from these gentlemen. I guarantee you wouldn't see it. You wouldn't see it, right? You would not see it. You would not see that type of representation. Look at the president, how he masterfully handled those reporters yesterday, trying to make themselves a fool, like they don't understand why Guyanese feel or persons feel reparations are necessary for slavery. You understand? And indeed, Eunice, we don't need a palace. We can come and watch the green heart that y'all got in the place. Right? We can come and watch the green heart that y'all got in the place there. That is our own. We can come and watch it. Anyway, moving along. Yesterday as well, the Ministry of Housing, but before I get to the Ministry of Housing, roads for Linden, roads for Region 10. Roads for Region 10, people. Roads for Region 10. Right? So Minister Ejil was in Linden yesterday, and I'm really sorry about this. I'm trying to get this Facebook situation sorted. And it there again. It keeps telling me that they're locking my account. I don't know what. Anyway, so roads to Linden. 643 million in concrete roads for Linden Region 10. Those contracts were signed yesterday, the 20th of September. And this will have a positive impact on the residents with job creation, bring economic activity to the region, and also building the capacity of the contractors in the region. So these persons will now have an opportunity to further their skills in terms of okay, I can deal with that another day. So right, so that creates opportunity for persons, the contractors, they employ persons in Linden, you get better roads in Linden, and the fact that the Lindeners are involved in the process, I feel like they'll have more interest in making sure that the roads are done properly, and I think that's important. So just to give you a better idea of what is going on in relation to these contracts that were signed, 643 million in contracts that were signed yesterday. The road contracts are seen as a means to provide direct, lucrative employment for residents in Linden and other Guyanese citizens. This initiative aligns with government's policy of creating employment opportunities for its people. There are 49 contractors who have secured contracts for these roads that will be constructed, all from Linden, and majority of them Afro-Guyanese. I'll get the photo for you guys just now. As a matter of fact, let me get it now, because you know how some people stay. Y'all know how some people stay. Let me get the photo now and show y'all. who these contractors are, because you're gonna hear is friends, family, and favorites, and all sorts of foolishness. And we literally have Afro-Guyanese, indigenous Guyanese being empowered in terms of having opportunities to gain government contracts and help with the development of their region. And to some persons, despite what you might hear in the opposition, this is important to them, right? But what I'm going to do here, I'm going to share the page. I'm not able to download the photo. So I'll share the screen so you can see what I'm talking. I don't want you to think I'm lying to you, right? I don't want y'all to think I'm lying to you. So, right. So this is a picture of the contractors who would have secured the contracts yesterday, right? Minister Ejel there, the PS sitting down in front there. Women, I see Africans, I see Amerindians, I see an Indian in there. So we have, and we're seeing, and look at how much of them. And look at how much of them. Look at how much of them. Look at this Afro-Guyanese lady coming here to sign our contract, right? And this is what they talk about, Afro-Guyanese being disenfranchised and Afro-Guyanese not being able to take part in the bidding and Afro-Guyanese not getting contracts and all this other stuff that they're talking. Guys, please share the live for me. Please share the live. Share the live. Give me a like on TikTok. All the persons watching me on TikTok, even if it's not plenty, give me a like them, man. Because this here debunks the foolishness that the opposition is putting out. Right? It debunks the foolishness that the opposition is putting out. So let me continue. Let me continue. So 49 contractors who would have secured the contracts have expressed gratitude for the opportunity. They highlighted that for some residents, this was the first time they had received a contract, and they viewed it as a significant privilege. So persons who talking about Afro-Guyanese being disenfranchised and marginalized and discriminated against, I want to know why these Afro-Guyanese weren't getting contracts 2015 to 2020 by the champion of the Afro-Guyanese, the party that champions the rights of Afro-Guyanese. You understand? Now let's look at the positive impact on the town's economy. Contractors and residents believe that the road construction projects will boost the town's economy. They anticipate that these projects will not only provide jobs, but also benefit local businesses, including shops and taxi services, right? As Linden undergoes development in various aspects, but we know Linden transforming. We know Linden transforming. Now, as Linden undergoes development in various aspects, its physical appearance, including its road infrastructure, is expected to be transformed positively. This development is seen as contributing to the town's beauty and growth, along with the cricket stadium that's going there, along with the football pitch that's going there, along with the Linden to Mabura road that start, along with the 4-lane bridge, along with the call center to create jobs, along with the part-time jobs to create jobs in the community, along with hemp farming in Region 10. Shall I continue? Right? So, as I said earlier, Minister of Public Works was there, Bishop Juan Ejel, and he emphasized the government's commitment to engaging Lindeners directly in work opportunities in Linden. He urged contractors to use durable cement and ensure the longevity of the roads, and emphasize the importance of high-quality construction, right? The contracts involve the construction of 5.4 kilometers of concrete roads in various areas of Linden. Each of the 49 contractors received one lot for construction, right? The project in all, right, requires approximately 3,600 cubic meters of concrete to complete the roads. It is with a target of 4,000 pavement serviceability index for quality. This investment in road infrastructure is seen as a positive development for Linden. What else we could look at it for? As and not only in terms of employment opportunities, but also in enhancing the town's appearance and economic growth. And all we could say is that, hey, Linden deserve these roads. When you go in Amelia's ward, and I maintain how these people were talking about, they care about Afro-Guyanese, they're interested in the development of Afro-Guyanese, but not doing anything to develop Afro-Guyanese communities or anything significant, right? Nothing significant, nothing for you to talk about. Anyway, we're moving along. We're moving along. So, as I said just now, people, roads for Linden. Roads for Linden. Linden will be looking very, very nice very shortly. Very nice very shortly. Now, I wanted to touch on the Caribbean Financial Action Task Force and their assessment visit that was recently concluded. Because in certain quarters, you hear about all the corruption and the wasting of money and the, all sorts of things you hear about, but you never hear anything. Well, a Grenada man, please send a photo of those roads you're talking about. Mr. Grenada man on TikTok, you send me those photos of that road, and we can look at it. But I don't know what you're talking about, according to you. So, like I said, we normally hear about all the bad things, the corruption, the allegations of corruption, I should say, and the wasting of money and all this other stuff. So, a successful on-site visit and assessment of Guyana was completed recently by the Caribbean Financial Action Task Force. And the 𝒐𝒊𝒔𝒄𝒍𝒂𝒊𝒎 conducted an on-site visit to assess Guyana's compliance with the Financial Action Task Force, 𝒐𝒊𝒏𝒄 recommendations and methodology. There was broad stakeholder engagement. The assessment involved various stakeholders, including government ministries, law enforcement agencies, state entities, financial institutions, and the private sector and professional organizations. Guyana received favorable feedback during the assessment, indicating that it acquitted itself while in terms of compliance. The assessment recognized Guyana's good coordination for identifying and mitigating money laundering and terrorist financing risks through the anti-money laundering and countering the financing of terrorism / proliferation financing national coordination committee. Now, in relation to national risk assessment, the completion of the dissemination of the risk assessment, including the 2021 national risk assessment, were acknowledged as positive steps. The assessment recognized legislative and policy actions taken by Guyana, such as the amendments to the AML and CFT related legislation, the establishment of the Guyana Compliance Commission and the Real Estate Agents Authority, and the formation of the Special Branch Anti-Terrorism Task Force. Now, in relation to supervisory authorities' approaches, most supervisory authorities were noted to adopt a risk-based approach and utilize preventative measures with support from the Financial Intelligence Unit. The assessment highlighted the need for attorneys at law and accountants to better understand the AML-CFT obligations, especially with the passage of the Guyana Compliance Commission law. While Guyana was commended for investing, or I should say investigating money laundering cases In line with risk assessment, delays in case administration contribute to the low conviction rate of for money laundering. Now, in relation to international cooperation, Guyana was recognized for the use of formal and informal mechanisms for international cooperation, particularly through regional mechanisms such as the ARIB and the CARIB and the regional security system. Now, recent amendments in 2023 addressed technical deficiencies in targeted financial sanctions for terrorism financing and the proliferation financing. Internal procedures may need revision following the passage of these laws. However, we see that we're on the right track in relation to getting there. And again, I always tell persons it's more of the cup being half full than half empty. The final discussion and evaluation of Guyana's fourth round of mutual evaluation will take place in May-June at the 𝒐𝒊𝒂𝒊𝒕 preliminary in Trinidad and Tobago. Right, so that's a little synopsis on the 𝒐𝒊𝒂𝒊 assessment, which was done on Guyana, which has put Guyana in good standing despite what we're hearing from persons like Elson Lowe. Now, in relation to housing, the ministers were at the conference center yesterday, and this was for the Ministry of Housing launching of a new mobile application called the Core Home Support and Home Improvement Subsidy app, aimed at increasing efficiency and accessibility and transparency for Comoor applicants. So the mobile application is a first of its kind initiative designed to provide real-time updates to beneficiaries regarding the progress of their housing applications and excuse me, subsidiary materials. It will also allow applicants to monitor their documents, application statuses, and payments. The app is made possible through the institutional strengthening component of the US $28 million Adequate Housing and Urban Accessibility Program, which receives financing from the Inter-American Development Bank. So Minister Courdel highlighted the importance of making the housing application process easier and faster, especially for vulnerable communities. The app is expected to reduce the time and frustration experienced by applicants during the application process. Minister Rodriguez, the minister within the Ministry of Housing, emphasized the government's commitment to e-governance and the use of technology to provide efficient services to the people of the country. The app is seen as a step forward, a step towards greater transparency and accountability. So the resident representative of the IDB praised the app as a sign of transformative growth in Guyana. She explained that the app is an open source technical solution designed to streamline the identification and selection of beneficiaries and support the supervision process for housing projects. Right? The app has already benefited over 100 households with a total of 198 applications received to date. Now, overall, the Core Home Support and Home Improvement Subsidy app represents a significant step forward in improving the housing application process in Guyana. And again, with a focus on transparency and efficiency. This reflects the government's commitment to e-governance and leveraging technology for public services. This is the kind of thing we were expecting to see at City Hall if they had a shift in the control of City Hall at the last LGE. So we see the ministries and at the national level, this move for e-governance and to make things easier for persons in relation to applications to housing or whatever they're trying to do, right? Whatever they're trying to do. And the core home is such a lovely program for persons who are earning a low income. They'll have the house lot, but they can't construct because of whatever financial issues they may be having. They have their house, but can't construct. They can now apply at housing. Well, they could have, and they still can apply at housing for a core home. Now, all they have to find is $100,000, and there is a 2-bedroom home built for these people. I remember just the other day, a lady was collecting her core home, and she lamented about how the rain used to fall and wet her in her house and that kind of thing. You know, she was very happy to receive that home. She had a safe place for her children. She had a safe place to rest her head in the night. And I do remember the minister within the ministry with the deaggregated numbers in relation to house lot distribution. And this is benefiting a lot of single parents, single mothers, right? So these activities from the government of Guyana will continue to benefit persons in amazing ways. Anyway, I want to touch on President Ali's remarks about financing challenges in the global renewable energy transition. President Ali highlighted that one of the core hurdles in transitioning to new renewable energy on a global scale is financing. While there are promising renewable energy technologies that could significantly reduce emissions, the cost to achieve the 2030 targets is often prohibitive, making financing a critical issue. In relation to the inclusivity in discussions, discussions that involve all stakeholders, including producers. President Ali suggests that petroleum producers should be a part of the conversation and commit to research and development, technology advancement, carbon reduction efforts, and the removal of subsidies. So he also highlighted 5 key areas for addressing renewable energy. Now, these are critical areas that need attention. These critical areas that need attention, the president is hoping to address at the upcoming UN Climate Change Conference, COP28. So they are defining the role of petroleum producers, determining the role of companies and countries in the context of renewable energy, strategies to secure increased budget resources for research and development, greater support for technology integration and the introduction of new technologies, advocating for carbon tax and the removal of subsidies from petroleum producers. Now, President Ali stressed on the importance of adopting a balanced approach to tackle the renewable energy challenge effectively. President Ali also shared that Guyana is actively working towards achieving 100% renewable energy and aims to become a net energy exporter with a significant portion sourced from renewable energy. Guyana's vision includes establishing itself as an energy hub, exporting energy to neighboring regions, and becoming a leader in renewable energy production. The president's approach aligns with the need for the need for global collaboration and shared responsibility in addressing climate change and the transition to renewable energy sources. He also spoke about the economic and environmental benefits. Now, transitioning to renewable energy not only helps to combat climate change, but also offers economic opportunities, including job creation and the reduced reliance on fossil fuel. The shift to renewable energy is a critical step towards a more sustainable and environmentally friendly future, ensuring a cleaner and healthier planet for future generations. So, in summary, President Ali's remarks underscore the importance of financing, uh, inclusivity in discussions, and a balanced approach in addressing the challenges of transitioning to renewable energy on a global scale. His focus on collaboration, technology, and sustainable development aligns with the broader efforts to combat climate change and to promote renewable energy solutions. And again, I tell y'all, we're not getting this representation. If we were taking it from the other side, I don't care who vex. I really don't care who vex. We were not gonna get this representation. We were not gonna get this representation. So when I see the president performing out there, look, the other day, the first lady had an event, right? And the president was there by the DJ booth, DJing and doing his thing. I'm like, oh gosh, this guy is such a people person, right? Sometimes he does unplug, which is, everybody's unplug one and two times. People get upset, especially with foolishness. But a people person, you can imagine Aubrey Norton in that role or in those scenarios, how it would have been. Could you even imagine? So when I see the representation we get from President Ali, how he goes about his business, representing Guyana, dealing with matters of national interest, looking out for the interests of the Guyanese people, not allowing the colonizers to talk down to us or make us feel inferior for what we deserve, right? I love how you address the reporters. He ensured that he included them because all of them benefited. All of them benefited. And if you think enough gold going out now, imagine back then when you had it regularized and you chicken and all that other stuff. All the wood and the man, look. So I'm glad President Ali was able to deal with that. Guys, today is Thursday, and as you guys know, what we have on Thursday. So the General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party will be having his press conference at 2 p.m. today, Thursday, the 21st of September. And you guys can look out for that. We'll be streaming it here on this platform. And also you can get to look at it on the Vice President's page itself on Facebook and YouTube as well. We'll try to have it streamed on TikTok as well. For the persons joining us on TikTok who might want to have a look-see in relation to what's going on in relation to that. That's definitely something to look forward to. Usually, we enjoy the press conference from the General Secretary. He touches on a plethora of issues and a lot of time debunks a lot of the nonsense coming out of the opposition with fact, and hopefully Glenn Lal is there today, probably to ask him some questions. Glenn Lal missing in action. I remember there was this press conference at the Jean Conference Center where the Vice President challenged Glenn Lal to bring a company to provide the electricity at the cost Glenn Lal was claiming that he could get the electricity provided at. And, the Vice President said he would facilitate and we get the ball rolling. I haven't heard anything about it since. So probably somebody should ask Glenn Lal about that. What happened to the company that he had? that he was sure that would have provided the electricity at the required rate and at the required price that we would have wanted, and get that set up. We got to find out what's going on with that and Glenn, right? But anyway, we know how Glenn stay and trouble in the dance. Trouble in the dance. People, 2 o'clock today, the General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party Civic. Check out that press conference. Check it out. I know some persons out there, you know, you're a little upset. You're still upset about last night, but try to keep positive. Friday is tomorrow, and hopefully those guys pull themselves together. I think we should get rid of Odin Smith. I'm saying that here and now. I think we should get rid of Odin Smith. I have had enough of Odin Smith. Why do we keep it? Is it that Odin Smith got a 5-year or 6-year contract with the Amazon Warriors that he keeps showing up every year? Get rid of Odin Smith. Jesus Christ, get rid of Odin Smith. What a waste. Odin Smith. Waste. Yeah, he's bad good 1 and 2 times, but majority waste. Odin Smith. Upsetting Guyanese, you running past ball and all kind of thing for catch it. Bowling a set of trash. Hetty Meyer, stop engaging in whatever you're engaging in before the match. Rest the night before. Go and sleep. Hetty Meyer got more hickey on the neck and runs making in the match. Go and sleep, Mr. Hetty Meyer. Do not engage in whatever activities you engage in the night before, because clearly you're doing stupidness. Hold a focus, comrade. Look how you're performing good all through this thing. Right? Look how you're performing good. Yeah, man, listen, guy. I had a video of a guy very upset at the National Stadium last night. Pops was very upset. Right? And yeah, man, I agree with you so much. People paying a lot of money for the tickets, man. Y'all do something better. Uncle was very upset. People paying a set of money for these tickets and to go. It's like the guy felt like the guy in Amazon Warriors sold out the game. Honestly, the guy felt like they sold out the game. Right? People paying a set of money for tickets. Y'all go and perform at least, man. Oh, shucks, buddy. We stressed out. We very, very stressed out. I see, look, I was looking at the feeds last night after the game. People very stressed out. Y'all stressing Guyanese out, Guyana Amazon Warriors. Y'all need to pull yourselves together. Matter of fact, I am suggesting the next CPL, the Guyana Amazon Warriors need to be in camp for the whole CPL. Mustn't get for go no way. They mustn't get so you struggle. They mustn't get to go no way. They mustn't do nothing. Nothing. Just cricket, practice, go home, sleep, you eat, you go to the match, you play, straight back to the hotel. That's what they need. Because I don't know what's going on. But we're still hopeful. That this year is our year. And guys, support the Guyana's Amazon Warriors. If you can get tickets, get your tickets and go out there tomorrow and support them. And let's make it to this final again and hopefully win for the first time. Hopefully we win for the first time. Right? Guys, again, I'd like to encourage you guys to check out the Department of Public Information's page. There's a lot of information there in relation to training programs, grants, initiatives, and things that you can apply for. I also saw at the bottom there were several vacancies and stuff listed for several agencies. So take for instance, there is a vacancy here for an accounts clerk at the Guyana Marketing Corporation, right? This was posted. This was posted on. This was posted on uh, the 14th of September, so it's fairly new, right? And it has all the information here. I was checking for the closing date. There's no closing date for the application, but this is one of the applications that I've noticed on the DPI website. Um, there's also procurement work for GWI. So I mean, check it out. Check it out. You got a lot of things going on, right? Guyana Marketing Corporation needs a stock clerk, public consultation for the Guyana National Bureau of Standards, requirement for quality management systems, and that kind of thing. What is this? Right? They got the request for quotations to the Guyana Energy Agency, job opportunities at the Guyana Revenue Authority, and they're looking for several persons. They got several positions here. So I see there is the assistant commissioner, a legal officer, principal investigators, principal analyst, senior investigator, investigator, senior data and intelligence analyst, data and intelligence analyst, paralegal, administrative assistant, right? These applications need to be submitted before September 29, 2023, right? And this is at the GRA. You guys can check that out. Persons looking for employment. Persons looking for employment, right? Ministry of Education has invitations to bid, and this is what I talk about. There's a lot of opportunity there, but persons just might not know where to look, right? Vacancies at the Guyana Public Health Corporation, Public Hospital Corporation, GPHC, Assistant Director Human Resources, Assistant Director Facility Management, Ministry of Health, preliminary request for proposals. GRA has another vacancy here, Assistant Video Editor, Public Relations Unit. So, anybody with some video editing skills, they have noticed the mariners here as well. There's a lot of information here. Deeds and Commercial Registry has invitations to bid. Guyana Energy Agency, employment opportunities. They need a communications officer, right? So it's all about you finding these opportunities for yourself to benefit from, right? It's yeah, I agree. The fight, and for the persons who just joined us, we played the video. We're gonna play that again for the persons who just. So somebody had a bell clash. That very unbecoming. Guyanese, please don't embarrass us. We have people here. Let us go to the games. If we lose, we lose. We lose, go home. Y'all don't fight nobody, man. Y'all don't fight nobody. Paul is here actually. Paul is here, Sumo. Paul is here. Paul is here. So I'm asking for you, Paul. Anyway, guys, that's all the time I have for this morning. It was really wonderful being here with you guys. Go out there and be safe. Remember, 2 o'clock today is going to be the General Secretary for the 𝒏𝒐𝒕𝒄𝒍𝒂𝒊𝒎𝒄 Party in his press conference there. Make sure you guys tune in. We're going to be streaming it live. Be safe on the roadways. Remember, it's all about peace, love, and one Guyana. Be safe.
From the time when I step on the scene to the moment me leave, I'm a real guy unique. From the red to the black to the gold to the white to the green, I'm a real guy unique. And nothing can change me, so nothing can change me. I'm a real guy unique. I live in a foreign country, so nothing can change me. Big up stop brooks, I know it tough crook. It now is pretty, so nobody try act shook. Got a big up GRM, me know I'm a tax look. And when me have the money, me can go for my bank book. Beautiful Guyana, we there in South America, land of Kai.